using a new tool to identify an old pest. Hello, I'm Megan Grebner, and this is Managing for Profit on Brownfield, a content partnership with Encirca Services. Grape colaspis is a problem growers in Illinois haven't had to face in over 2 decades, until 2 years ago. In this Managing for Profit, pioneer agronomist Matt Montgomery explains how growers use new technologies to identify the problem and put together a management plan with hopes of protecting the bottom line. We'll find out more right after this.
Hey, what you doing on your phone, Dave?
Farming.
Farming?
Yeah, all that rain yesterday got me thinking.
It rained?
Yes, so I'm making adjustments to my nitrogen plan through the Encirca Services app.
Sounds hard.
It's not. I get real-time assessments of nitrogen levels based on the rainfall across all my fields, even down to decision zones within a field. What are you doing on your phone, Bob?
Real important stuff, too.
Encirca Services helps growers make critical decisions to optimize input costs and boost yield potential. Encirca Services Nitrogen Management employs the industry-leading nitrogen model powered by DuPont Pioneers Agronomy and Analytics, providing you with field-level nitrogen monitoring, application timing recommendations, and variable rate prescriptions. Put Encirca Services to work on your operation all season long. Contact your local DuPont Pioneer sales professional or Encirca Certified Services agent to learn more.
Okay, Bob, I'll let you get back to your important stuff.
High score.
Yes.
Agronomist Matt Montgomery says growers in central Illinois have been battling grape colaspis for the past 2 years. It's an early season pest that hasn't been a problem for farmers for nearly 2 decades.
When corn is fairly small, or when beans are just past that seedling stage, and it is the grub-like stage, the larva that's present until about maybe the end of May, early part of June, that really causes damage to the root system. And what it does is it cuts little channels in the root, burrows out little channels, cuts out little channels in the root, chews off root hairs. And then on corn, it damages the connective tissue between the seed and crown, which has some really long-term effects on that plant. It can cause that plant to be a runt, basically, the rest of the season. And beans, we can talk about out-and-out stand reduction and substantial stand reduction from that pest.
He tells Brownfield a grower was able to use Encirca to help identify when and where the problem was located.
To isolate kind of the low reflectance, the areas of the field that really weren't shining back a lot of sunlight, bouncing back a lot of sunlight from those plants. And they could use those areas, these little yellow spots in the field, to go out and do kind of a secondary dig and determine if these little grubs were present. And so they were able to use satellites then to find these little, less than quarter inch long insects in the ground. And that way they can map out what the geographic distribution of that pest looks like. Above ground wise, you're usually going to look for stunted yellow plants that look a little withered. In beans, you may even wind up with 5 or 6 plants in a row that are stunted or dead, and then healthy plants right next to it, and more stunted plants.
Montgomery says it all comes down to efficiency.
Tools like Encirca and that constellation of satellites being the first level, it's the way to get literally that 30,000 foot plus view of the field and figure out where the spots are that I need to explore a little bit further. First with drone, and then maybe by foot. And then I can go out there, find out if I have a problem, determine what that problem is, and then figure out if there are management techniques that need to be applied and what management techniques are available.
I'm Megan Grebner with Managing for Profit, a content partnership with Encirca Services on Brownfield.